Top stories. Government releases 5 volunteers of KSA without any condition. And Amuko exhorts people to reaffirm stand not to compromise territorial integrity. Hello and welcome to ISTV English News. I am Panorama presenting the news. Now let's see the news in detail. The 5 volunteers of Kanglei Park Students Association KSA who were arrested by police in connection with rounding up of 2 non-local traders for adulterating Tata iodized salt with ordinary common salt have been released from Sajiwa jail without any condition today. The 5 volunteers are General Secretary of KSA Vidyananda Sukam, Deputy Secretary Kolakpom Sanjoy and members Yumnam Luangamba, Langoljam Rajesh and Nomaitem Biren. They were released around 1:30 p.m. today from Sajiwa jail and the FIRs lodged against them have also been reportedly withdrawn. They were greeted by a large number of students and representatives of different civil society organizations at the gate of Sajiwa jail and garlanded them. The 5 volunteers along with the representatives of CSO shouted slogans like "Long live KSA" and punished the 2 traders who adulterated salt, etc. at the gate of Sajiwa jail. All Manipur United Clubs organization Amuko will never compromise on the territorial integrity of Manipur and appealed to the people to reaffirm the stand on the 15th protest day to be held on June 14th. In a press release issued by the organization stated that different communities irrespective of caste, creed and religion have been living with love, peace and harmony amongst each other for ages and protecting the integrity of Manipur since time immemorial. It may be recalled that on August 1, 1997, during peace talks between the government of India and NSA and IM was just begun, as many of such threats to the integrity of Manipur arose from various sections. Amuko organized a mass protest demonstration courageously against the divide and rule policy of the government of India among the different communities living in the state. More than 5 lakhs people voluntarily came out and took part in the mass procession. On the other hand, in protest against the Bangkok Declaration, the ceasefire agreement signed between the government of India and the NSA and IM on June 14, 2001, without territorial limits, created mayhem in the Manipur capital that turned out into a violent agitation. A meeting was called on June 15 in the presence of leaders of different civil society organizations and announced to call 66-hour general strike in Manipur from the midnight of June 15 to June 18. During the agitation, 18 people lost their lives and many others were seriously injured when security forces opened fire in trying to control the agitated masses. The roar of mass uprising from June 18 to 27 in 2001 was a success. It was the reason why the words "without territorial limit" were removed from the agreement signed between the NSA and IM and the government of India. Besides, Amuko has been observing June 14 as the protest day since 2002. The day will be observed at Korkaitel Bazaar tomorrow, the press release added. About 40 loaded trucks, including railway transfer vehicles, which were heading towards Imphal, are remaining stranded at Jiribam due to the ongoing 10 days economic blockade imposed by Churachandpur JAC and Outer Manipur Tribal Forum. According to a reliable source, among the 40 transfer vehicles, about 20 are carrying food items. As much as 700 litres of local liquor have been seized from a resident of Tangkham in Imphal East district around 8 this morning. The liquor was seized jointly by a police team led by the OC of Haigang Police Station and the volunteers of Nisaband Tangkham Awang Lekai and a local club. The recovered liquor has been destroyed by burning on Kalika Lairembi Imaibema ground. Moreover, the Tangkham Awang Lekai Women's Association Development Committee and the club have put a ban on all kinds of intoxicating substances in the area. Showing solidarity to JCLPS movement, Little Flower School Transport Union stopped its van service today. Not a single student turns up in the class. Moreover, many other transport services of different schools located at Tidim Road also stopped its service. Therefore, students' attendances were minimal and some are found out to be declared holiday. The human skeletal remained, which was found abandoned near BSF Hill, Koirengay on June 11 around 8:30 p.m. is still remaining unidentified at RIMS mortuary. Sigmai police informed in a press release that if the body is not claimed by June 17, the body will be disposed of as per law of the land. A total of 259 cases were resolved during the National Lok Adalat, which was held on June 11. In total, agreement and conclusion of about 1 crore 20 lakhs rupees of different cases were brought up during the Adalat. Manipur State Legal Services Authority informed that the Lok Adalat were held at different places, namely Cherab Court Complex, Thobal Court Complex, Bishnupur Court Complex, Senapati, Chandal, Churachandpur and Tamenglong districts court complexes respectively. Awareness cum training program on Mission Organic Volume Challenge Development for FIT was held at Moirang Lamkai. The training program was organized jointly by Manipur Organic Mission Agency and AMPSEDS under the aegis of Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, New Delhi. Many experts spoke on various topics during the Awareness cum training program. Vishwa Hindi Parishad Pangaltabi branch has felicitated Lungpujay Kabui on receiving the Kavya Bhushan Upadhi presented by the Manipur Sahitya Parishad, Imphal. A press release issued by the Vishwa Hindi Parishad Pangaltapi branch stated that Pradhan of Pangaltapi Gram Panchayat and Dhiren, retired headmaster and Brojen and lecturer and Nipamacha of Kaching Kuno College were the main guests at the felicitation program. Moving on to some national and international news. An MiG-27 aircraft of Indian Air Force AIF crashed into a building in Rajasthan's Jodhpur today. The fighter crashed about 5 kilometers from the Jodhpur AIF base. While both the pilots ejected safely, a house was damaged in the crash. At least 2 people have been injured. The fighter jet was on a routine sortie when the accident happened. Air Force has ordered a code of inquiry into the crash incident, reported news agency. MiG-27 is one of the oldest aircraft of Indian Air Force and will be phased out soon. More details are awaited. In Bihar, at least 11 people were killed in thunderstorm and rain-related incidents throughout the state. Officials said maximum 5 casualties have been reported from Muzaffarpur. At least 50 people were killed and injured 53 others by a gunman at a packed gay nightclub in Orlando, Florida on Sunday in the worst mass shooting in U.S. history, which authorities described as a possible act of terrorism. Police killed the shooter, who was identified as Omar S. Mateen, a Florida resident. A top U.S. congressman said Mateen may have placed allegiance to the Islamic State militant group. U.S. President Barack Obama has described yesterday's shooting as an act of terror and hate. Mr. Obama said Americans were united in grief, outrage, and resolved to defend their people. The U.S. President ordered flags to be flown at half-staff in memory of the victims of what he termed as the worst mass shooting in U.S. history. The Islamic State terror group has claimed responsibility for the attack. FBI identified the shooter as 29-year-old Omar Siddiqui Mateen, an American born to Afghan parents. Pope Francis laid a worldwide condemnation of the incident. Prime Minister Narendra Modi said in a tweet that his prayers are with the bereaved families and the injured. Afghan President Ashraf Ghani and Russian President Vladimir Putin are also among those who have extended their condolences. Recap of the headlines once again. Government releases 5 volunteers of KSA without any condition. And Amuko exhorts people to reaffirm stand not to compromise territorial integrity. With that, we wrap up the bulletin. We'll be back with more updates in a short while. Thank you for watching.